welcome back to another video. We are continuing where we left off here in A Realm Reborn. We had just completed our dungeon of the Long Stop, and we are going on to the next quest, which is called What Do You Mean You Forgot the Wine? Bravo, Claire. Thanks to you, our guests shall be honored with a marvelous banquet. But what good is an exotic feast without an equally exquisite aperitif? Your work is not yet finished. Before we can discuss Titan, you must first bring us a suitable wine. Speak with Dry-Swiss over yonder. He is overseeing preparations for the banquet, and will tell you what you must do. Beg your pardon, ma'am, but I got my hands full with... Oh, you're the adventurer sent to pick up the wine. Thank the gods, we've nothing on hand that will meet with Master Jigiriju's approval. Take this order slip and run along to Wineport, one of Wisecat's friends from the old days. Shamanine Luminine is our supplier. Who'd have thought that a former mercenary would have such refined taste, eh? Everyone here agrees he's a natural vincier. If you're lucky, maybe he'll let you have a taste. I really don't drink wine a lot, so I probably would not be able to tell one good wine from a bad one. You know, what they could have done was that they could have given us both of those tasks at the same time. That way, when we go over to the other half of Eastern Lenosha, we can do both of those there and then come back. Instead of just having us go over there, go through a dungeon, come back, and then go back out again. At least that's what I would have done. Oh well, at least Wineport isn't too far from here. So we actually saw a trace of it when last that we came this way in the last video. And it's just up this way. I think we might be able to see it. Yes, there it is. So you can just see the entrance from down here. So this should be the last ingredient that we need to be able to complete this banquet. Which is very frustrating, but hey. Which is really funny if you stop to think about it, because the reason that we're doing all of this is so that we can learn how to fight against Titan. So if you look at it like that, it means that we're doing all of this hard work just for the chance to risk our lives. Sweat, grime, and blood. Ah, you reek of blood. An adventurer, unless I am mistaken. What brings you to Wineport? An order made out to Wineport's Vintier, Chamonix, Lominai. An order? Let me guess. A request for the finest vintage I can muster. The paper smells of Loman perfume. Costa del Sol. And there is also the unmistakable odor of goblin cheese. Yes, Master Jigiriju would not settle for anything less than the best. Dry-Swiss and his crew must be quite busy preparing an exotic feast, hence his decision to rely on an adventurer. But perhaps you are confused. This display of deduction was not intended to impress you. When one loses his vision, he is forced to compensate in other ways, but you've no interest in my affairs. You wish only to discuss the wine, I suspect. So he was able to learn all of that just by smell. That is impressive. Right, an offer you can refuse. Life can be so delightfully unpredictable. I always had a passion for wine, but it wasn't until I was forced to retire that I could pursue it as more than a mere hobby. It wouldn't have been possible if not for the savings I amassed during my time as a mercenary, of course. Say what you will about the nature of that work, none can deny that it pays well. But you grow impatient, and Dry-Swiss must have his wine. Herein lies the problem. Nothing in my possession is of sufficient quality for this occasion. The best vintages in town are hoarded by Juggernaut, who owns and operates the largest winery in Hildebrand. Somehow I doubt he will be receptive to your request, but given these circumstances, we must need beg his assistance. What rank amateur bottled this wine? The impurities have rendered it nigh undrinkable. Dismissal is too good for the man responsible. He should be made to drink every drop of this polluted swill. What is it? I'm in the middle of an important discussion, and I do not care for interruptions. That neophyte Vintier bid you speak with me? Ha! Neither you nor your friend have the palate to appreciate the subtle qualities of my private stock. I would sooner serve you goo-boo urine than sell you my worst vintage. Be gone from my sight. Yeah, I was trying to see if I could use a French accent on that one, but I don't think I do a male French accent that well. I take it he said no. Really, in those words? Well, I can't say I am surprised. While there's no denying his passion and skill, the wine baron of Limsa Lominsa is not a man known for tact. Very well, we'll have to take an alternative approach. Well, that was an unnecessarily short quest. But he has another bright idea, so... There is a chance, however small, that another resident of Wineport can furnish us with the suitable wine. In fact, had you come several years ago, I guarantee this would not be a problem. Alas, the quality of our product has declined significantly in recent years. The only breeds cultured these days are common lowland vines, which isn't to say that their grapes are of poor quality, only that we've known better. Bingurons of Wineport crossbred several species and produced a grape-bearing vine of never-before-seen quality. Paja's grapes were once the pride of this town, as they were used to produce vintages which surpassed all others. This includes the most aromatic, the most complex, the most flavorful of all wines. Aye, the legendary Bacchus vines were born right here in Wineport. Pardon my enthusiasm. You see, I once had the privilege to sample that particular wine. It was an otherworldly experience. In that moment, I felt as though I had tasted the nectar of the gods themselves. I transcended my mortal flesh and was one with all creation. But as is all too often said, the calamity changed that. The Bacchus vineyards were completely destroyed, along with much of the existing stock of Bacchus wines. What little remains is closely guarded by its owners, for it can no longer be made. If we cannot convince Friar Gallant to part with his wines, our next best option, as ridiculous as it sounds, is to find someone who has a bottle of Bacchus wine and to offer them every gill we can spare. I've heard rumors that one of the Vintions tending the vineyards might have once owned a bottle. Perhaps you can start by speaking with them? Yeah, that's not really much to go by. I don't know where they are. Not around this way. Oh, so these are the vines. Here he is. Bacchus wine? Bah, don't remind me. Used to have a cellar filled with the stuff. Thought I could keep the whole wine safe from thieves and the elements. Never counted on a bloody primal blowing up my goddamn house. Well, that's some rotten luck. How do you get up there? Oh. Did not notice the stairs. What? Do I have a Bacchus wine? I wish. I never had the chance to try it myself. Sorry, friend, but you're a few years too late. So I guess his bright idea didn't work. As is the quest says. No luck, Most regrettable, but we had to try. But Bacchus wine would have been perfect for the occasion. Though I must confess, my certitude could be due to part in my personal history with the beverage. It is, after all, the very reason I decided to become a vigneron. After Titan blinded me in our battle beneath Ogomoro, I fell into a deep depression. It wasn't until I tasted Bacchus wine for the first time that I realized that there was still so much more I could experience, even in my condition. It helped me to find a new direction in life. Oh, it breaks my heart to think that wondrous ambrosia, which once filled me with hope, may be forever lost to us. Give a man a drink. Chamonix Lomani appears to be in deep thought. I must say, this talk of Bacchus wine has made me rather nostalgic. Indeed, there is much I miss about my life with the company of heroes. After everything the captain has done for me, I could not bear to disappoint him. I have no fear. I swear that I shall find a suitable wine for the banquet, though I may need some time to think of a solution. In the meantime, there is a favor I would ask of you. 2 years ago, in the deepest depths of my despair, I stumbled across Hildebrand as a vagabond drunk. I suspect I was looking for a place to die, because I very nearly found one not far from here. It was there that a man named Dress took me in and nursed me back to health, and it was he who gave me my first taste of Bacchus wine, which helped me to find my new calling. Though I am still a novice in the arts of winemaking, I would like him to know that I am pursuing my dream. This wine is my own original creation, and I would be most grateful if you deliver it to him in my stead. Dress sometimes works at the Raincatcher Gully dock, so perhaps Reskelet can tell you where to find him. What is with these names? I don't know why, I just hate these names. They're just so hard to pronounce. That's why I like Driss's name. I mean, at least I can pronounce it. Half the time, I'm not even sure if I am pronouncing these names correctly. And where is this guy? Oh, right up there. Dressed? Oh, you mean the hermit. I toss him a few gil when we need an extra pair of hands. He doesn't talk about himself, and I sure as hell don't ask. When a man's got a face with scars like that, you best well leave enough alone, I say. If you have a mind to find him, though, then head southwest to the Severed String. Yeah, so here's another bit of lore history for you guys, if you're fans of lore as I am. The Severed String was once a place where criminals would gather in secrets, you know, to do their business. Not really much is seen these days. Oh man, I do not trust that bridge with my life. Nope, I do not. But yeah, so the Severed String was once a kind of nefarious area. And if you weren't careful, you were caught here, then it could be used to, you know, permanently sever your ties to life, so to speak. Oh, look at that! Okay, so that was actually a war machine, like from 1.0. Left here to rust. But here it is, the nice little hut. Oh, it's actually a nice place. Oh, the inside could use some work. What do you want? Chamonix Lomani's first attempt at winemaking. At least the name sounds legitimate. The Lomani Rosso. Wine? I didn't ask for this. Who sent you? Oh. Dress is suffering from extreme duress. Can't sleep. They won't let me sleep. The midges. The buzzing. It keeps me awake. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I won't fight. I don't want to fight. Please make the buzzing stop. Make the midges go away. Okay, so there is a guy who's suffering from PTSD from the looks of things. Oh yeah, there. You can actually see the old war machine here. We really don't see that design anymore. Back in 1.0, it was seen pretty much everywhere, so I'm guessing that this part must have crashed some here. Just before the calamity, or even probably during the calamity, but I'm pretty sure it was before the calamity and just kind of left here to rust. I'm gonna see if I can get a closer look at it in a minute once I take care of these guys. Oh, thanks for the help, buddy. So yeah, you can probably see it from here. At least a little bit. It's like half buried, like in mud and water. And it looks like we got a partner. Yeah, so that looks pretty damn cool, this piece. Like a really nice little addition. Oh, alright, we'll help with the glue first. So there's two more right up here. We only need one, though. So you can have that one, I'll take this one. Okay, so we're sharing now. Thanks for the help. Oh, it looks like you got a level up. Good for you. So the outside is really pretty, but the inside leaves much to be desired. I would suggest maybe windows. It's not so loud anymore. Did you do that? Thank you, Oh, please, brothers, I beg of you. I said I'm sorry. Leave me in peace. Poor guy. Just as calmed down is now willing to talk. Do you have any children? I've a son and a daughter. They were so little when I left. They probably think I'm dead. I've been saving for years to buy passage back home somehow, but still not enough. Maybe you could bring me some jungle coral skins? I can sell them. I just want to go home. So I sense that there's a whole other story like right in there. So I'll just show you where we get the coral skins, and I think I'll just skip on ahead. I'm getting tired of all these fighting. Okay, that was the last one. Now we can head out. Though really, I don't think coral skins actually sell for that much. I mean, at least not anymore. I think like right when the game first came out they were really big, but now there's really not much point to them. Not that we're gonna tell him that. I mean, I don't think he needs any more stress right now, but still. Please, even a few skins would help. The beautifully patterned hide of a coral native to Raincatcher Gully. You helped me, even after what my comrades and I did to your country. We were on a reconnaissance mission when the maelstrom caught us by surprise. We tried to escape, but the others, no one else survived. I didn't ask for this, damn it. I'm not even Garlean. They conquered my land just like they tried to conquer yours. I don't want to die in some blasted jungle halfway around the world. I just want to go home. Poor guy, I feel so bad now. Okay, so battle scars. Dress appears to be in greater control of his facilities. I wish to thank Shamanite for the wine. That was overly kind. Would you be willing to bear a gift back to him? Last night at Red Mantis Falls, I collected the sap from nearby palm trees. If placed in the coconut shells and stored for a few bells' time, it makes for a fine wine, see? It should be ready by now. I left 3 shells out there. Please take them to Shamanite for me. I'm glad he's moved on with his life. I hope to one day do the same. I did not know you can make wine that way. I mean, I've always heard that if you are trying to make wine, then it can take a really long time, not counting the time it takes to actually grow the grapes, but hey, you learn something new every day. Or maybe you don't, maybe they're just saying that. I'm going to do some research on that, but if you know for a fact that this is true, please comment down below and let me know. Alright, we're back. So, we delivered the wine, and he's... I guess Dress is doing okay? It's been some time, Claire. What news have you of Dress? Sap of a palm tree fermented inside an island coconut shell. Far more potent than wine made from grapes, palm wine. If brewed for too long, can cause loss of eyesight or even death. Ah yes, I remember he did have some knowledge of winemaking. A simplistic but nevertheless effective method that utilizes the natural properties of palm sap. I shall have to enjoy this batch before it spoils. We are not so different, Dress and I. 2 men who have long struggled not to let our scars define us. I worry that he's been alone with his thoughts for far too long. Aye, it is past time I paid him a visit. Thank you for looking after him, Claire. Shamanai Lomanai is brimming with glee, and he wishes to share the reason why with you. Alright, it was a very good year. By the gods, Claire, listen! I know you're eager to wash your hands of this wine business, but I've just discovered something extraordinary about Dress's palm wine. He sealed each coconut shell with a leaf which has a very distinctive shape and unusual odor. I thought I was going mad at first, but now I'm certain these are the leaves of a Bacchus grapevine. Do you know what this means? Somewhere in Raincatcher's Gully, the legendary vine still grows. If we could obtain a cutting, we could revive the Bacchus wine industry. We must know where Dress found these leaves. Here, take one of them back to him and see what he remembers. Wow, what are the odds of that? Some would probably call it fate. Others would call it like a convenient plot twist. Either way, it's probably the same thing. But you know, all this talk of wine is making me really thirsty. And the way that they keep going on about how wonderful this wine here is in this game makes me wish that it was real just so I could taste it. I mean, what was the best drink that you ever had in your life? And then I guess just multiply that by 10. That's kind of the impression I'm getting from him. Oh, hello again. What is it? A broad green leaf from a thought-to-be-extinct Bacchius grapevine. Yeah, do you know where we can find it? It's just a leaf, isn't it? I only chose it because it was pretty. Didn't know it was rare. I found them near the Juggernaut to the south, but I didn't see any grapevines. I saw fresh gubu tracks, though. Maybe the leaves came from the vines growing on the back of one such beast. If you go looking for it, please be careful. Some gubus are more territorial than others, and you may have to defend yourself. So if you're wondering what the Juggernaut is, this is the war machine that I mentioned before. So right at the base, and just wait for the gubu to come along. Ripples in the water catch your eye. Oh, there he is! Okay, so this one's name is called Shazmu. Alright, guess that was easy. And so, all this time and no one's thought to check the back of gubus to see if by chance they might have like a rare plant growing on their backs? I mean, I guess I can understand why when you look at those rows of teeth coming at you, but still. What did Dress have to say, Claire? Tell me everything. Cutting from the Bacchius grapevine, a variety of sweet wine grape thought to be long extinct. Aha! I was right! This smell, this texture. I hold in my hands a Bacchius grapevine cutting. Come now, enough of this nonsense. I've heard talk of your discovery, and I refuse to believe that a common adventurer and a novice vinier could... Yeah, how do you know about that, buddy? 12 as my witness. It is a Bacchius grapevine. Wherever did you find this fantastic specimen? What? You would offer this to me? But why? There is none better to reconstruct a Bacchius vineyards than you, Master Bygant. You have the resources, the knowledge, and the passion to do so. It would be selfish of me to keep this cutting. I never knew you cared so deeply about your craft. Thank you, good sir. I will not squander this gift. In just a few years' time, I swear that every tavern across the Eorzea will once again be clamoring for a glass of Wineport's legendary Bacchius wine. sir, you needn't... Wait, the shape of this bottle, the scent of this label, it couldn't possibly be a 1547 Bacchus? But that's impossible! This vintage has not been seen since years before the calamity. It was the crown jewel of my personal collection. For years I debated opening it, wondering if today or tomorrow would be the ideal time. But now I realize that it was never meant for me. It should be savored by the saviors of Wineport, I say. He has made us an offer we cannot refuse. Master Jijirichu will find no finer wine. You'll forever change Wineport, Claire. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity. But do not permit me to delay you any longer. Pray deliver the wine to Captain Wisecat. Well, yes, I would very much like to drink it, but I am a patient man. I have faith that one day I shall have another opportunity to taste perfection. Even an experienced connoisseur can be misled by an elaborate label and elegant packaging. I, on the other hand, have no choice but to focus on the taste and texture of the wine itself. How ironic it is that I once considered to be my greatest weakness had become my greatest strength. Yeah, I guess that really would be helpful for winemaking, or at least being able to tell the good wine from the bad. And I'm not riding back, I'm just teleporting straight there. We need to move on already. Now, I do know that the story gets a lot more interesting after Titan, and you're not given, maybe not nearly as many side quests that you have to do, but yeah, until then, it does become a bit annoying. Oh, your stole is back, too. Greetings, Claire. I thought it fitting that I seek you out and offer my gratitude for all you have accomplished. Your prolonged absence was beginning to concern me. So, what of the wine I asked you to bring? A vintage wine from the year 1547 of the 6th Astral Era. Is that? 7 hells of 1547 Bacchus! Even I know how rare that is. I have to admit, I didn't think you had it in you, but congratulations, Claire. Thanks to you, this will be the most luxurious feast Costa del Sol has seen in years. Alright, so here it is, our Gubu. Oh yeah, so now we have a brand new minion as a reward from all that. It's a Gubu sprouting. To achieve their cyclopean size, Gubus must maintain a daily diet of several times their own weight. Luckily, the beastkin are not finicky eaters and will consume almost anything that cannot outrun them. If rumors are to be believed, this includes Lalafels. Well, maybe when he's a little bit older. I hate to impose further after everything you've done, but would you mind helping Dryas Quiz lay out the banquet? Our guests of honor are already here in Costa del Sol, and so Master Jijirichu has demanded that we finish preparations immediately. The guests? Oh, I'm told one is a beautiful Makote scholar. Personally, I'm more curious about her companion. Some famous adventurer with an endless list of accomplishments. But you can judge for yourself soon enough. Anyway, go lend Dryas Wiz a hand. The poor man is liable to collapse from the stress. Oh gee, I wonder who that could be. So, for a banquet, what shall we wear? Yeah, this is probably the fanciest that we have right now. And yeah, I guess that's probably gonna work. That'll work for right now. Okay, we're here to help. Perfect timing, Claire. Take all this and arrange it on the counter. No time to chat. They'll be here any minute. I mean, they could make it a little less obvious. A colorful selection of fragrant wildflowers, a perfect accent to any meal. Okay, I'm surprised they didn't have us collect the flowers. Okay, a vintage wine from the year 1547 of the 6th Astral Era. So that's the wine all set. And an exotic feast. Sauteed Welwick worm, a soft-boiled Amanantois egg, and goblin cheese souffle. I'm not sure if that sounds delicious or not. So that looks like it's the sauteed worm. There's the Amanatoi's egg, I think, and that must be the souffle. Hard to tell in-game. Ugh. Like, these effects are really annoying. And I can't remember how to turn them off. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go get rid of this real quick. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. It's hard to really concentrate when you have, like, that glowing effect around your body from battle. Took me a minute to figure out how to turn that off. Excellent timing, Claire. Now that both our guests are present, the feast can begin. Where are they, you ask? Why don't you ask your associate? I'm sure she'll be happy to explain. Oh, sure. I bet she will be. In the company of heroes, Yastola is concerned for your well-being. You have the look of a woman who has been to the seventh hell and back. That a guest should be expected to supply the victuals for a banquet held in her own honor. And this while the shadow of Titan looms over us all, it beggars belief. I can only applaud your steroism. Had I been asked to endure such ignominy, I fear I would have accepted my lot with less grace.
Lady Yastola! Lady Faye!
A thousand pardons for this extreme discourtesy. I was wholly unaware of your true identity, madam. Had I known, I would never have permitted my man to subject you to such unspeakable horrors. Come now, she must have sensed something was amiss. You didn't seriously think I would send you running the length and breadth of Eorzea for a banquet, did you? Spare her your mockery, Captain. Your intent was unclear to me until this moment, and unlike me, Claire has no knowledge of your traditions. Mayhap you would be so good as to enlighten her? Aye, aye, fair's fair. There's no sense hiding it any longer. We five were chosen by our brothers and sisters, and before the company of heroes disbanded, we each swore a solemn oath. That any who would follow in our footsteps must be weighed and measured, not by their reputation, but by their deeds. Each man would judge these would-be godslayers by his own criteria. If even one found her wanting, she would be rejected without a second thought. But if she proved herself worthy, we swore that we would do our utmost to support her cause. The world has ever been full of brave souls eager to give their lives for a righteous cause, but all too few capable of making a difference with their sacrifice. To send wave after wave of hapless adventurers into the jaws of a foe against whom they have no hope of victory is worse than futile. Titan is not one to be challenged lightly, and we will not be complicit in the deaths of the unworthy. Which is why the five of you deigned to test Claire with such commendable thoroughness. Time well spent, I am sure, but tell us, Captain, what is the assessment of you and your fellows? She's a brave one, that much is certain. She willingly walked into the midst of danger despite my repeated warnings that it could cost her her life. Her skill is undeniable. She stalked her prey as relentlessly as any child of the sands, and struck with precision when an opportunity presented itself. Too many adventurers these days care only for fortune and glory. Claire, however, is a kind and generous soul. I am certain that she has no shortage of loyal allies who would gladly fight at her side. Willingly Uplander is talented plansmaker, tricky foe over mighty rockmen. That can only occur with my colleagues' assessments. We five of the company of heroes hereby judge you a worthy challenger. Cast down the Lord of Crags, Claire Faye, and write a new chapter in the history of Eorzea. With the formalities out of the way, let the festivities begin. Summon the dancers, pour the wine, eat, drink, and be merry, my friends, for today we celebrate the birth of a new legend, Claire Fay, Titan's Bane. Claire Fay, Titan's Bane. A bit premature there, since we haven't even fought Titan yet. Oh. Brown skin beauty. Congratulations, sweetie. Now relax and enjoy the show. It's only just begun. Seeing everyone again like this brings back such fond memories. I wonder if any of them would be interested in reforming the company. Tasty fresh treats are plentiful in belly of brave flocks. It feels wonderful to be with the others again. I wish this day would never end. And, oh, there they are. It has been too long since I last set foot outside Forgotten Springs, passing the time with old friends and old wine. Aye, today is a good day indeed. Alright, so finally we get to sit down and eat. Tasting the exotic feast triggers a divine revelation. In that brief transcendent moment, you glimpse the true form of reality, comprehend its fleeting nature, and cry out to the heavens in celebration. Oh man, that sounds like it was the good stuff there. Oh, speak to the company of heroes then. Ah, Claire, you brave fool. Promise me that when you meet Titan, you'll look him in the eye and tell him Landonell sends his regards. Goodly Upliner must be facing mighty rockmen with clever fighty think. Gobby Flock cannot be coming to rescue this time. Hey, if memory serves me, I came to your rescue. When you face the Lord of Crags, think not of Limsa Lominsa, Eorzea, or anything beyond his chamber. Think only of the men and women by your side. Fight for them and they will fight for you. Remember that no great victory was ever achieved alone. Yeah, well, half the time here it feels like we're fighting on our own. You are a veteran of countless battles, Claire. This is but one more. Trust in your experience and you will prevail. You are blessed with the fortitude to rival the Earth itself. Titan will struggle to break you, I think. You are kind to indulge them, Claire. This banquet is as much for the company as it is for you, whatever they may claim. I do not deny that they mean well, but now is scarcely the time for celebration. Though they have all but pronounced you the victor, the battle with Titan has yet to begin. The hour has come for the good captain to make good on his promise. We must speak with him again. Okay, so this is exhausting. I think that we will complete this whole thing real quick. Oh, level up. Okay, so the next quest is called As You Wish. You must be eager to face Titan. As promised, we will show you the way. Travel to Bronze Lake in Upper Lenosia. There you will meet with Ryol, another man who once served with the company. To ensure that this knowledge does not fall into the wrong hands, he will remain in hiding until you give the correct sigil. Give me your map. You must whistle loudly at these locations I mark. Only then will he appear to meet you at the 4th location. I realize this may seem excessive now, But you will see that it is far more than reasonable once you comprehend the risk inherent in our method. Alright, so we'll go and speak with Ryol next. At Camp Bronze Lake. Yeah, so that's kind of where the hot springs are. So we'll talk to him real quick, and then I think that this video is getting ridiculously long, so we will cut it there as soon as we learn the secret to getting into Titan's chamber. And then the next video is just going to be us actually going up against Titan. It's a shame that we can't whistle like whenever we want to. We can only whistle like under very certain quests here. And up there. Alright, let's go meet with this guy. And... where am I supposed to go? Up there? Okay, I see him. Greetings, lass. Might you be the one that Cap said will become calling? I thought so. Pay attention now, cause I ain't explaining myself twice. Okay, so this is called the Lord of Cracks. Riol is waiting for you to give him your undivided attention. That's going to be it for right now. Thank you all so much for watching and joining me on this little journey with the company of heroes, and I will be back soon. So the next battle is going to be us against Titan. So until then, everyone, thank you and take care.